So y'all asked for it. So here it is. I'm going to finish dinner live. Y'all saw me start it this morning, so let's finish it now, right? I don't expect a lot of people to chime in. This is the first one, so I don't expect a lot of people here. Dinner will usually happen about this time if I'm doing it live. I will tell you, I've been thinking about it, and I felt like it was a great idea, so we're doing it. If Juan is off, however, I will not be doing it because I don't need the comments from the peanut gallery while I'm doing it. So, what we're doing now, because we have the beefy baked beans going there, and they'll be done in about 10 minutes, but then we're just going to keep them warm. Probably a little late for caffeine, but that's okay. We're going to make macaroni and cheese, and we're going to get the peas and carrots started. So, can I say macaroni and cheese? Yes, somebody said macaroni and cheese. Who was it? That was on the meal plan for tonight. I said macaroni and cheese. This is going to be a little bit different than what some people who are used to making macaroni and cheese at home does. But this was the way that Jacek has liked it the best out of all the different recipes that I've tried. This has been his favorite. So that's what I'm doing now. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of camera movement. So try and keep up with that. Okay. We're going to start by shredding some cheese. So obviously, like I've said before, I buy the block cheese for everything. And then I either slice it or I shred it. But I am a firm believer in block cheese. So that's what we're doing today. You know what? I don't think we're going to use it all. So I don't think I'm going to use that bowl. I think it's going to go in a zip top bag. All right. So how I manage that one is I stick the grater in the zip top bag, and then I put the grater down on the table. So we're just going to start shredding some cheese. And I am just doing extra sharp cheddar. That's all I'm doing today. I may throw a little Parmesan in there. I don't know. What? Can you do it with this one? We're not going to dirty up another.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, if you want to help, go for it.
Sure.
Okay, here you go. Am I holding and you're shredding or what?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm also a very firm believer in this. Having kids help out in the kitchen is a wonderful thing. So, and stealing cheese too. Careful of the computer. Here, move over a little bit more. There you go. So while we sit here and grate cheese, I've also got water going for pasta.
Cheese, macaroni and cheese.
Yep. I have to measure out my pasta. I keep my pasta in huge mason jars. I do need to get one though for the spaghetti and the linguine because those are not tall enough. But I don't want a gallon one.
I'm going to shred the other side.
Okay, you shred the other side. And obviously you guys can see, I changed the name again. I really, really liked that Live That Home Life. I also just started an Instagram under that same one. So that one is going to have just stuff dealing with the routines and dinner and stuff like that. I've got my mom life in Instagram, which, to be totally honest, I don't do a lot. But that one's got stuff, just general stuff of our family. So check them out. Like I said, I just started that Live That Home Life on Instagram. I'm going to try and get that one linked. I have not uploaded anything yet because we made chocolate frogs. Instead of just doing chocolate, we decided to do peanut and chocolate. And Jacek was awesome, and he pounded out the peanuts for me.
Yeah, into Crispies.
Okay, Mom will take over now because I don't want you shredding your fingers.
Wait. So, no. Guys, me and my mom.
Yep. So I'm sure I could probably go back and edit these for the recipes. I haven't thought about that part yet. I will try and tell you guys what I'm doing as I'm going. Try not to do it that fast. And you'll definitely notice from all this that my meals might not be extremely healthy. Okay. Number one would not be happy if I did like a total vegetarian sort of deal. Not at all. All right, we got pasta water going. So I'm not doing it by ounces. Stop. That's dried, honey. Don't eat that. You break your teeth. Okay. I need to add elbow. All I'm doing is dumping it in the boiling water that has been salted. So, and then I'm going to give it a stir. So, pasta's going. Beans are going. Cheese is shredded. Next thing we're going to do is, I think, what? Okay. 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 We're going to start the peas and carrots.
Hey, anybody? Does anybody want peanuts? Eat them. No.
Okay.
I'm so sad.
Peas and carrots.
Oh, it's fully charged.
Okay. Well, it's going to get unfully charged because of this. So.
Oh boy, I just that peas and carrots.
Yes, you did. All right. Let's start the timer. That little bit of water in with the peas and carrots, not a whole heck of a lot, and get them going as well. Okay, so we have the macaroni going.
Macaroni, did you say what?
We have the peas and carrots going. We have the meat almost done. Like I said, that's about to go on to the keep warm cycle. I am really trying to start using my Instapot a little bit more. So we'll see how that works. This meal will also be Tuesday's leftovers. Tomorrow, I'm hoping to do the lasagna roll-ups because we got to go out for his doctor appointment anyhow. So hopefully we'll be able to get them done. Come on, you silly spoon. Get in there. This spoon does not want to stay. There we go. All right, so the Instapot is now keeping everything warm. Okay, it's not an Instapot. It's an off-brand, but guess what? It works. I'm hoping this upcoming week, maybe next week, I'm going to try making yogurt. I don't know. I found some recipes, so we'll see. I don't even know if I can do this anymore. Nope, not going in it back. That's for sure. So, let's get this down. The pots that I cook with, boiling is considered medium, so I cook with things much lower. So, now there's going to be no milk, no flour, nothing like that going into the mac and cheese. Okay. It is going to just be the cheese and the pasta water along with the macaroni. That is all that's going to happen. So, like I said, it's a little bit different than what people are used to, but it is what it is. So, all right. Start rinsing stuff off as well. I'm actually sure that a couple of you have seen. It's like, wait, who is that? What? Yeah. No, that's me. I changed my name. I really liked it, so we're just getting the water going here a little bit so I can do dishes while I'm cooking. Pasta's got about 4 more minutes, and then that'll be ready to turn into mac and cheese. And that'll take a little bit, but oh. One of the greatest tools in the kitchen is a toothbrush. Okay. Because I'm serving macaroni and cheese. Yeah, I know, right? I decided to come on and make dinner. So, but let's see, where are we? I'm not going to wash dishes now. I'm just going to basically rinse them off because since I am doing macaroni and cheese, as soon as dinner is done, those are going to have to get washed because like most stuff that tastes good, like oatmeal and grits and all that wonderful stuff, it gets hard as rock if you let it sit. So, and I'd love to be able to tell you guys how much pasta water you're going to need and how much cheese you're going to need. It is honestly just an eyeball thing. So you'll see as we're doing it. But yeah. I hope everybody's had a really good Sunday. I realize I occupied an hour and a half of your time earlier. Now I'm doing it again. But, and unfortunately, like I said, I can't guarantee a time that these are going to be on because some days we eat at 5:30, some days we eat at 6:30. Depends upon what Jacek is doing. So who knows? but which is why I may just video record them and then put them up maybe like the next day. I haven't decided yet. I haven't decided if they're going to be live or not. Some days may be live and some days may not be. Why don't we just say it that way? All right. Pasta's working. Now, like I said, for this macaroni and cheese, we're going to do pasta water. You can't see my face. We're going to do pasta water. So, instead of just draining them, I'm going to drain it into a bucket here. Get my strainer. This is not going to hold all that. The other one. I don't even know if it'll fit in there. Yay, it fits. All right, time to test the pasta. I tend to like it a little more al dente. Well, as Juan likes it totally done. That's cool. That's done. So, pasta strained while saving pasta water. Peas and carrots are working. I also have not seasoned the peas and carrots yet. So, let's get you guys over here a little bit more so you can see what's going on, kind of. All right. Make sure the Harry Potter candle isn't in the way. And granted, you can't really see my stove, but I can lift up and show. So, I'll work with that. Now mine with my kettles is going down to medium low. You could probably take it to medium with this. So I'm going to start with a decent amount of pasta water. It's probably, I want to say about 1/4 inch up the sides. So I've got the pasta water in there. And I need my whisk. This is one of these reasons why I love these kettles, is because I can use my whisk. Now, into the pasta water, I'm just going to add the sharp cheddar. And we're just going to let the cheddar melt in the water, because that is what's going to create the cheese sauce. And I'm probably going to end up using almost this entire bag of cheese, which is why I grated the entire thing. I add a little bit at a time to make sure that it dissolves. It gets in the cheese sauce. Now the pasta water was salted, so I am not going to salt again until after I make and add the pasta to it, because I want to see what it's going to taste like. And it's going to take a little while for the cheese to totally dissolve. That's totally okay. It's going to happen. It's just a lot of stirring. And the other thing with it too is I like doing this because you're not adding that extra fat from the butter. It's just the starch from the and it goes. It's just the starch from the pasta. This is just Giuseppe's favorite. Because sometimes when you make homemade mac and cheese, it can get grainy. And this stuff does not get grainy. Trial and error, yes. But it does not get grainy. Now, I don't think I'm going to need any more pasta water at all. Okay. Can't see the cheese sauce. The biggest thing with this one is to be patient because the cheese will be all kind of gloopy on the whisk, but that's okay. Now we're going to start adding the pasta in stages. Okay, never mind. It decided to all fall in at once. So I guess we're adding it all at once. And Andrea, I really think that the key to good macaroni and cheese is know your audience. Giuseppe doesn't like the taste of like the Velveeta and stuff, so I don't use that. So you know what your kids like, and I would go with that. Giuseppe also cannot stand baked mac and cheese at all. Doesn't like it. So I don't make that one. But there are some amazing recipes out there for baked macaroni and cheese. We may just end up using all this pasta water. I haven't figured it out yet. All depends upon what this cheese is going to do in the sauce. Let me show you what it's looking like right now. Hopefully you can see. So that's where we're at right now with the mac and cheese. And we've used like 3 ingredients. Salt to salt the water. See, okay, Andrea, I used to be a really stinky cook too. And the way that I look at it is it takes a lot of really, really yucky recipes for you to work through and find out what tastes good, what you're good at. Me and brownies, we still don't get along. Me and poached eggs, we still don't get along. I still try. Matter of fact, I told my family the other month that I'm not making any other type of eggs until I figure out how to make a poached egg. And cooking is just like anything else. It's practice, practice, practice. And the more you do it, the better you get. And I agree. Start with simple. Because...
No way! I got to eat the tornado!
You got a TNT tornado?
Look, look. I'll just have it for this village.
Oh, well.
There's a blacksmith. I need a blacksmith.
See, I don't have an egg cooker. I have, well, okay, I kind of do. I have one of these cute little ones that I always wanted that my mother had, right? Where you put it in and you can supposedly get the perfect poached egg. Yeah, no, it doesn't happen. I can get, cool. I can get some really awesome, nice shelled hard-boiled eggs when I'm meaning to get a poached egg. Oh, the sauce is starting to look yummy. I think we're still at the too cheesy point for just a sec, though. So let me ask you this, since you say that you're not a very good cook. Oh, there you go.
Bye.
What is something that you would like to learn how to make? And if I know how to make it, I will make it one day, and I will do step by step and help you do it. So, because cooking is just like cleaning house, which is just like, yep, we used all the pasta water. Awesome. So I didn't even have to drain this stuff. Oh, let's have a taste.
I can write this thing.
Definitely don't need any more salt. And eventually, with using the pasta water, everything is going to tighten up. That is basically used in place of the butter and the flour to make the roux.
Wow. Wow. Guess what? If the mine part gets out of the TNT tornado area, like the area
Yeah.
where it saw where the TNT was, if it gets out there, it will blow us up.
Really?
Yeah. I was thinking no TNT. That's a TNT duplicate.
All right, so we're just going to let this cook.
Jeez. Oh my God, that kid is scaring me.
The wind is actually supposed to get worse the later it goes tonight, kiddo. So, the leftovers are good, but the biggest thing with macaroni and cheese leftovers is do not heat them up in the microwave. Heat them up on the stove with a little bit of milk. So that way the cheese sauce comes back together. Because if you heat up macaroni and cheese in the microwave, it isn't very good. So heat it up on the stove with a little bit of milk and you're fine. Or, but not with this recipe. Yes. Yeah, we've got wind warnings all night long. This stuff, probably because it's not made with the flour and butter and milk roux, you can't turn it into a waffle. But other stuff, my other macaroni and cheese, you can. Just not this stuff. You know what? I think I went a little heavy-handed on the cheese. So I think we actually are going to add a little milk. See, and that's the other thing. And don't be afraid to make mistakes. You know, because that's part of it. And the more you cook, the easier it'll get to know what tastes good with what. And stuff like that. So it's just like anything else. It's got a learning curve. Yep, I went really, really heavy-handed with the cheese. That's okay. Just like we'll like it. Peas and carrots. Oh, peas and carrots are done. Okay, we're gonna let I have used plain old cheddar. I have used American. I have used just mozzarella. So yeah, I've used them all. And as long as it's a decent melting cheese, you're okay. So, all right, let me show you where we're at now. And remember, all we've done has been pasta water, and cheese, and a little salt and pasta water. That's it. That's all that's in there. So, but my goal here is to get some more of this cheese broken down without turning it into absolute soup. And my fault with this one, right? My fault with this one is I did not go back and take a look at the recipe again. I was like, oh yeah, I remember. So maybe I should have gone back and done that. And that's the other thing. Oh my God, recipes are so your friends. I consider myself a decent cook now. You know, I'm definitely not a chef, but I'm a decent cook. My family likes what I cook. So even now when I get a recipe, I make that recipe exactly the way it says the first time. Then I change it up for the next time. Because otherwise it doesn't work. So it's cooking, kiddo. I can't make anything go faster. Oh. All right. Ooh, let's check on the main dish, shall we? same thing. To where you follow a recipe and the recipe is just gross. There are plenty of recipes out there that are not fit for human consumption. So don't think that, oh my gosh, I think we've got 3 days worth of food here. At least. Actually, that reminds me of something like on a prison video with the, yeah. And it just sometimes matters what recipe you pick. I mean, there have been at least 6 that I can think of right off the bat that I've made recently. And if I would have had a dog, I wouldn't have even fed it to the dog. So, you know, some recipes that are out there on the internet, they're not for your taste, or they're not for your family's taste. It's not that you're necessarily a bad cook. It's just that you picked a bad recipe. You know, so don't be too hard on yourself. Just let it happen. You know, and sometimes the best recipes that I've come up with have been when I've been going through my cupboards and I'm like, let's try that. One day I took a package of ramen noodles and hamburger, and I ended up adding some flour to it, and then I added the broth mixture with some water. Then I added some mixed vegetables, and it was amazing. And you know what? I haven't been able to recreate it since. That's the other thing I absolutely despise about cooking. Or maybe it's just the way I cook, because I tend to make things up as I go along. When I cook, I forget to write them down, and I can never do the same thing twice. So, but this is going to be yummy. Let's taste. That's the other key. That is honestly one of the biggest keys that I can tell you, is taste as you go. Hot. That's yummy. So this was just the big can of baked beans, a small can of Grillin steakhouse baked beans, a pound of hamburger brown. Then it was a cup of ketchup, a tablespoon of balsamic vinegar, because I didn't feel like going and finding the apple cider vinegar. And a quarter cup of brown sugar and a splash of A&W root beer. What I would do differently with this one, I think, no, they will get done either tonight or tomorrow morning early. They will get done. I would probably saute the meat with onion and add garlic. That's what I would do differently for that one. So, since you're here, you get to say. Do you want me to go back on the comments with these and then post the recipe for what I made? Oh, this was just on a slow cooker setting. Or you could just do it on the stove, put it on low. It just went for 4 hours, because basically all you're doing is you brown the meat, right? And then you got to heat up the beans. But you want to do it low once you mix everything together and for a while, because you want all the flavors to go together. Now, this will probably be even better tomorrow. Yeah, I didn't pressurize this thing or nothing. It was just on the slow cooker setting. So you could do it there, or probably even better, you could do it in a Dutch oven, in a cast iron. Or you could probably even stick it in a 9x13 pan and stick it in the oven for a little while. Ooh, that would probably give it nice. Or middle of summer, make it, throw it on the grill, let it get a smoky flavor. So I will post the recipes, and I will also post my changes. That's what I'll do. I'll post the recipe as is, and then I'll also add what I think would make it better. So, tomorrow, it all depends upon what the doctor says on whether or not Gisette can go back to Rufus Sports and go back training. But I think I'm probably going to record and then post that video because I'm doing the lasagna roll-ups. And if he can go train, I want them done and in the fridge before we go. So that way when I get home, all I have to do is bake them. So I will put everything together and put it together, and I will record that video and then post it, but it will not be live tomorrow. And then this is going to be Tuesday's dinner as well. Or it may even, if I don't have the video up tomorrow, it might be because this ends up being tomorrow and Tuesday's dinner. You never know. So keep this mac and cheese moving. Yeah. You could have probably used about half the amount of cheese that I did. For the roll-ups, you could do stuffed shells, or you could even any pasta that you have, make the noodles, and then whatever else you have. So let's see, I'm going to add spinach and carrot and chicken and Alfredo and ricotta cheese. Mix it together and then just bake it like a casserole. Maybe top it with some Parmesan and some mozzarella on top too. Maybe even a little breadcrumb on top to really kind of just give it that panache. That would be good. Yeah, I would say any type of pasta, but you're going to want to use one that is either like the elbow or a shell or a ridged pasta, because you're going to want it to hold on to the sauce with something like that. You don't want it to let go of the sauce. Hence another reason why you never, ever, 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 ever want to, unless of course you're making a cold salad, you never want to rinse your pasta off, because then it will not hold on to the sauce. All right. Well, oh, I gotta season this stuff. Let's see. Well, what should we do? I know. Garlic salt is a favorite, so we'll do a little bit. of garlic salt.
Holy down in that bad. I had to stop it, otherwise it will almost destroy my entire world.
All right. I will see you guys later. Thanks for dropping by, Andrea. I honestly did not think I was going to get anybody on this live one because I never said yay or nay to doing it. So it's really cool that you stopped by. I really liked it. We got to have a one-on-one kind of. I have to take a picture of this dinner, get it up on my brand new Instagram for you guys.
This is definitely the longest team I've ever made without placing TNT.
Okay. Well, see, it was meant to be. And then I will try and get those recipes up. I was going to do it, but we decided to make the chocolate frogs instead. So, and I will see you in 2 weeks, I'm sure. If you have anything that you want to know about, don't hesitate to shoot me a message, okay? If you're on Instagram, like I said, I just created that profile today. And we'll see. So, but I'm going to get this little one fed because it's already almost 6 o'clock. And I hope you have a wonderful day. So just take your time with the mac and cheese. Make sure the cheese is fully integrated into the water. And do it slowly. Taste as you go. And you got it. Okay? So have a wonderful rest of your evening. I hope the winds calm down by you because I really don't like high winds. I can deal. Oh, not a biggie. Have a great one and stay safe and stay warm. And I'll see you in, well, for live, who knows now. For dinner, I'll probably see you tomorrow, but it won't be live. And I will talk to you soon, okay? Bye. Bye, everybody. Bye, Andrea.